Hey, hey, guys. All right, so I decided to jump on and do just one more kind of impromptu bonus message, and that is simply because anytime something kind of remarkable happens, I always feel inspired to do some storytelling on it. And my little dog, I don't know if he really saved my life or not, but it sure felt like it. I live in an area where there's a lot of cougars, and I'm aware of that. And there had been some cougar sightings not too long ago nearby. And still, I'm out and about. I always have been. I've been an outdoorsy person my whole life, and I've always been around a ton of wildlife in the Pacific Northwest. So there's nothing new to me about that. But I will say, when it's pitch dark, and there have been some recent sightings, you got to be a little bit more mindful. And my dog, I didn't just hear him, I felt the vibration of his growl begin before there was anything audible. And, my dog is still a young dog. He's only one, but he's, he goes from being this playful, lovable little puppy to all of a sudden he turned into this ferocious protector. And I will tell you that I was like, okay, he sees something that I don't see. And by the time that grumble came up out of his chest and his throat, it was a very profound sound. Like it was not a dog who's just kind of randomly like, going to bark at a cat or something. And so it number one, public service announcement. If there are wild animals nearby, there's a lot of wildfires all over the place right now that pushes wild animals out of their natural habitat. They come nearer to cities, nearer to towns, nearer to neighborhoods. Please be mindful, be careful. That's really the reason I'm doing this story right now, is because I don't know. I didn't see what the animal was. I only know that my dog's reaction was not the reaction to just a harmless house cat. And, you can tell when there's something different. So, any case, I back off, as I always do. If wildlife is out there, they own the property before I do. So we backed off and left, and no harm has come to anyone. But at the same time, I feel really grateful because I was completely unaware that there was some other presence near us. So listen to your pets if your pets are telling you a message, but be mindful if there are lots of wild animals right now that are being pushed into other areas. So anyway, I'm going to start this reading with that story only because sometimes something else protects us and we didn't even know it. So I don't know if that's going to come up in this. I feel like that's the wrong deck. I feel like we should use this deck. But I feel very grateful for my little young dog. So let's see. We have a 4 of discs in the reverse. And this is a card where someone's, up on a mountain in this place of silence and solitude, holding back, not engaging with others. This is actually the reverse of that. Somebody is coming down from the mountain. They're dropping their guarded energy. They're not holding back. If someone has stepped forward, perhaps either you're stepping forward to offer someone protection, or someone breaks their silence in order to step forward toward another person because they sense that they need to give somebody a piece of advice or help protect somebody. This could be the motive for someone to break silence or to step forward all of a sudden, someone who previously had been holding back. We have the Strength card. Yeah, this is somebody who wants to be someone's protector. That's what the Strength card is. It's power. It's courage. I definitely feel like they're motivated right now. They're finding their courage to step up after a time of holding back and solitude, because they either have this desire or this urge to be beside someone or to protect them. Sometimes that's what it requires. I don't know if this is a situation where we could have a Leo involved here. We could have an earth sign and a fire sign. Doesn't really matter so much about signs. I care more about the meanings behind things. But this could be a storyline where if someone has been holding back, has not been communicating with somebody, but then they see them in a time of need, even from a distance, it may be the thing that propels somebody to step forward and step back into that person's world, because it's like, no, I need to be there for you right now. There's a reason I feel compelled to step up and be beside you. I have to say, I'm so grateful that my dog is a protector. It feels, I feel like so much like gratitude that I had something with me in a moment that could have been really dangerous. I don't know. We have this Temperance card in the reverse. We have a 5 of Wands. This has been a complicated situation. Speaking of big ferocious cats, right? This is the year of the tiger, and so here we even have that water tiger here. But with that Sagittarian energy, a lot of fire energy in this so far, right? A lot of passion, a lot of even frustration. Now we have another lion showing up who's flying through the air on this Five of Wands. So it's weird that I start out by talking about cougars, and now here we are looking at all these big cats. Kind of an interesting thing. We have, plus I was talking about house cats at the very beginning as well, saying that's definitely not what my dog was reacting to. So I don't know if cats factor in, power animals, something here where uh, again, we've got like a primal energy in this reading, and if someone wants to protect another individual, that is also like a primal thing. But I'm talking about like somebody who wants to step in to stand beside somebody in their moment of need. It's like, I want to shield you from harm. I want to shield you from things that like even the fact that there's been some kind of really huge imbalance. There's been, I don't know why, I get this vibe that someone has been thinking about how to come back in, and there's this moment that presents itself where someone feels like they can now step in because they have something to offer. There's a moment of someone in need, like everything is out of balance, out of order, and I feel like this presents an opportunity for this person to stop holding back and step right into someone's world to offer them assistance. This could be a friend that we haven't talked to in a long time, and they hear through the grapevine that, whatever, you're having a really tough time. A family member is in, illness or something like that, and they use that as this moment to say, you know what? I don't know why I've been holding back from you for so long. I just want to be there in a time where things are in chaos. This might be an opportunity for me to even stand really beside you and help you in this moment. We have a Hierophant in the reverse, and we have the Tower. My. Okay, so this story is getting a little bit more complicated. We just added another layer. Whoever has been holding back, because these cards are to clarify that Four of Discs. The thing that they're no longer holding back from, or let me put it this way, they themselves have to make a major change before they can come toward whoever this person is that they seem to want to offer help to or shelter to. They first have to break away from something. This could be a really rigid belief system. This could be they're ending something massive though in order to come forward. So it's almost like, here's what I'm getting off of this. I'm feeling like we have someone who has stayed away from a person that they cared about. They stayed away from them possibly because, well, if these cards were in the upright, it would have been that this person was involved in something else, some other contract, career, a belief system that kept them very rigid, a marriage, and they were not going to make any changes. And if they weren't going to make any changes, they could not step into this other character's world and be there for them. But something has happened that in their time of need, in this person's time of need, they finally have made the choice to say, I need to go and be with that person that I care about, the person I've been holding back from. To do that, I'm going to have to shake up my world. I'm going to have to break away from whatever this rigid belief system is. And belief systems are big things that keep people apart sometimes. This can be like, you and your best friend used to be besties until, whatever, put in anything that people have arguments about now. Politics is a big one, religion is a big one, but pretty much nowadays people fight about absolutely everything, and that can create rifts between friendships. So it could have been a belief system where it's like, well, we don't see eye to eye anymore, so that's why I've been holding back from you. And then it's like, why would I do that? I care about you and you could use my help right now, and I care more about being there for you. So I'm totally going to let go of that rigid belief system that made me feel like we couldn't connect anymore, so that I can come to you in a moment where I think that, I care more about being beside you in your moment of need. So I like the fact that there's been in this opportunity where someone has used something. I don't like that it's something negative, but obviously somebody's struggling a little bit. And that is the moment that this person says, what am I doing? I need to be there for you. It doesn't matter about the differences, or it doesn't matter. This could also be someone is leaving a marriage. This could be a situation where somebody is ending something that, if somebody's ending something that big, Obviously, that doesn't happen on a whim. So that would have been probably a pretty troubled situation. And the Tower says it's something that needed to end anyway. The Tower comes in for us when we've got to break free of something because it's actually hindering growth. It's keeping us from being on the path that we're supposed to be on. And especially if it's been too rigid. So this is definitely somebody breaking away from something all of a sudden in order to come towards someone who they view as like, I need to stand beside you right now. I need to be beside you, not in this rigid belief system or this wrong connection that I've been in that has made me stay away from you. So we have a pretty big change here. Again, this could be about friends who've been distanced or family members who've been distanced because of arguments, because of, it can be big things or it could be smaller, petty things, but it could be about belief systems. I don't want to say that everything's about romance. Strength card. What have we got? 5 of Cups. Wow. There's been a lot of reminiscing and a lot of sorrow about this. And I feel like this is the thing. They're not just coming in to stand beside somebody. They're coming in to say, honestly, I have missed you like crazy. That's what the 5 of Cups is. Like, someone has not been admitting how much they've wanted to come toward this person probably in a really long time. And they're finally at the point where it's like, God, I just got to be honest about this. I'm coming toward you because you are the unicorn. You are the person that I can't forget about. I've hated being apart from you, but I've been staying away from you. Well, I'm not anymore. That takes a lot of courage also to say those words to someone. Tell me about the Temperance in the reverse. Because I feel like these two, Page of Wands, there is such a strong desire to get this back on track. Someone has such a powerful desire to want all of this chaos and all this difficulty to get smoothed out. This is even like, so this could be about love, because this could be somebody who wants to rekindle this passion, even though these two must have been at quite a distance, but it's like the distance doesn't matter anymore. This is somebody traveling. The Page of Wands can be a card of movement, of travel. It can be a card of, passion, spark. This is somebody who has more of a desire to be there beside someone than to keep this, distance, or to keep focusing on what the distance is. I don't care about the distance. What I care about is showing up for you right now. Now, granted, this is not just a selfless act. This person is not coming toward this other individual just because it's like, oh, I think you need me. You're in a tight spot. Let me show up for you. This person is doing it because they have missed the hell out of this other person for however long. We've already seen that. Tell me about the 5 of Wands. Because the 5 of Wands is about like, there's things that got to be worked out. 7 of Wands. There's things that got to be worked out. Any way we slice it, right? 7 of Wands is obstacles and how we turn them into like lessons. It's now wolves do mate for life. So we've gone from all these cats and then a unicorn and now we've got a wolf. So lots of animal imagery. Again, I feel like it's very primal energy. I feel that the desire to stand beside somebody because someone wants to protect them, that's a very primal thing. The desire to mate with somebody for life, definitely darn primal. The unicorn aspect, that's more like, I could say mythical, but still the bottom line is someone was trapped in a rigid situation that prevented them from going with the primal instincts of who they wanted to be with. And there's like a floodgate opening up for this person now that allows them to go with what their primal instinct says, which is, I want to be there for you. I want to be beside you. Yes, there's a bunch of stuff to work out. Definitely a bunch of stuff to work out. Tell me more about, well, let me actually just leave this open and just say, what else is there to contemplate about this situation? 3 of Wands in the reverse. This needs to be dealt with now, not pushed down the road. Especially if this person is going through a tower, they're making a massive change. They're coming down from the mountain. They are breaking away from a limiting belief system to show up on someone's doorstep because they need to be with this person. This is not something that we then chew on and hem and haw and think, oh, well, maybe we'll chit chat a little. This is not one of those awkward, like we'll talk today and then maybe awkwardly we'll talk again 3 weeks from now. This is all like, this is in the now. If somebody is taking the steps to change their life so they can actually be in this person's energy field again, it's because I want to be in your energy field now. I want to work on things, get things settled with us now. So this isn't one that's like, we'll take our time and we'll think about things, we'll think about transforming things. No, no, no. Again, because we're dealing more with the primal energy is, this is what's true, this is how I feel, and this is right now. And there isn't any there's no wishy-washy in this. There's no 1 foot in, tentative, 1 foot back. In most all of these cards, what we keep seeing is, here we have a lion's face, and the lion is like, bam, he's there. Here he is literally flying in. Here's a wolf that's staring us down. Like in every case, what we have is like nose to nose. This is like, I don't want to say it's confrontation. It's more like, this is going to be dealt with now, because now is the time for us to get this back on track. I've changed everything in my world because I wanted to show up for you, and I'm showing up right now. This is not, there's no games being played, and there's no delays on this. Someone really wants to heal. This is what it looks like. Whew, 6 of Swords in the reverse, but the Emperor in the upright. I kind of feel like the other person is going to want to try to push him away and be like, whatever, you weren't beside me before, so what are you doing here now? But at the same time, look, I feel like this Emperor is arguing that I never tried to stay away from you. I never had you out of my head. That's why you've still been on my radar. That's why in a moment where I can feel that you need me, I am actually here now. But this person is here to, like, I don't want to say they're here to save the day necessarily, but they are here to take charge of their own life and be responsible for what they authentically want, but also to show that the Emperor has your back, right? That's what an Emperor does. Say this has been a rift in a family. Say this has been an issue between, the Emperor can be a father figure. Say this has nothing to do with romance. Say this is about, 2 brothers, or a father and child, and, adult child. And there's been this huge rift. This is one of those scenarios where it's like, don't think for a moment that you've ever been off my mind. Like, I've been your father all this time. I've worried about you all this time. I know we haven't been speaking because we had differences, but when the chips are down, I'm going to show up. But you know what? I also don't want to just show up for today. I wanted to, like, let's get through this. Let's not try to act like we're going to awkwardly chit chat, hug it out for a minute, and then go our separate ways again. This is somebody who's like, no, we're healing rifts today, and I'm going to be here permanently. The Emperor is a permanent presence. If this is about love, this person is choosing the partner that they actually want to come in and be in their world, choosing the partner that I'm going to be beside you at this point. I never moved on from you anyway. That was never something that actually happened, not emotionally. It does seem, though, like physically there was definitely distance, because if somebody has to come down from the mountain here, they've been away. They've been tucked away. There's been no communication, but this person was never actually gone, energetically speaking. That's what that 6 of Swords is in the reverse. So if we have an Emperor ready to, like, really show up in this storyline, what's our other character thinking of all this? Page of Swords in the reverse. They're not going to overthink it. They're not going to try to, this could still be like I'm kind of crossing my arms and saying, I don't want to communicate with you, but I think it's just too new. I think it's too much coming in all at once. That Page of Swords in the reverse would normally, in the upright would normally be all about, we lost half the deck, would normally be about, silently absorbing information, looking at things. In this case, our second character, I think that they really thought that the other person wasn't thinking of them anymore. I really think that this is like a head trip for them, because it's like, well, you've been gone. I haven't heard anything from you. It's been total silence. And I kind of feel like they're almost speechless about this, not knowing what to think about this. Got the 8 of Discs in the reverse. We have the King of Discs in the upright and the 8 of Wands, again with the lion. I do. I think that this other person is stunned beyond belief that this character comes in, maybe especially during a time of need, a time when they've gone through a lot of stress, a lot of loss, a lot of difficulties. And it's like, you know, you didn't put in any effort. You didn't put in any work to continue to communicate with me. So this is crazy to think that you're here now. But with this King of Discs, this is like the King of Pentacles. There is a almost like, even though it's a head trip, this person is also saying, it does feel stable. For whatever reason, it does feel stable. Now, they might also be saying, I'm more stable than what you think I am. Yes, I'm going through a tough time right now, but I didn't tell you that. I didn't display it. I didn't announce it. I wasn't calling out to ask you for help. You've been gone. I never even expected to see you again. And I've still got my feet under me. But if you want to talk, let's talk. I mean, we still have that same primal energy coming from our second character here as well. Our second character, it's like, don't act like I'm your pity case, because I got me. Like, you haven't been around and my life didn't crumble. And we all go through tough stuff, but I'm still standing. Like, this is a little bit of like, whoa. Don't come at me like you poor broken winged bird. I feel like this person really doesn't want this other character to come in and act like they're a superhero who's going to fix all of our problems. But I don't think that's what this person is trying to do. This person is coming in because there is a desire to be there. They're using this as a door to walk through. Whoever this is, they needed to make a change. So character number one has needed to make a major change in their life. They didn't do it until this moment presented itself, where it was like, I have to make a change in my life because I need to break down these boundaries, these walls that I've had with the person that I care about. Whoever, I should call our first person the Emperor, right? Because that's who they're coming in as now. So the Emperor has been in silence from someone that they care about, maybe because they were in a different connection, maybe because they were, whatever, if it was family member stuff, if it wasn't romance, they were holding back. This is an opportunity for them to come kind of racing in and really say, like, I have missed you like crazy. But they're doing this because they view it as, you have a moment of need. Or I shouldn't say you, I should say the King of Discs, because that King of Pentacles is who our other character is. It's like, I'm coming in because I've missed you like crazy, but I also want to be beside you, especially when you're in something difficult right now. But our King of Pentacles is saying, don't act like you're doing me any favors, because you weren't here before. And I'm managing, I'm managing. Things may not be that easy. They may not have been that easy for this king, but this is a strong person too. So our Emperor can't come racing in like they're going to be the hero of the day. On the other hand, they really are doing it because they want to break down those walls. But this is a moment where they're using this king's moment of disadvantage or sorrow or whatever they're going through. They're using that as their, like the impetus to make the changes so they can come toward this king. The only thing is, the king is making real dang sure that they call it like it is and say, well, you think I haven't had other problems that you haven't been around for? You're walking in now to act like you need to save me, but I've been okay. I'm a king. So if you want to talk, though, on equal footing, if you really are trying to tell me that you have missed the hell out of me, I've missed you too. Like, we've got the lions showing up so many times. We've got both of these people are very powerful. Both of these people, it doesn't matter what gender they are. They're both sitting in divine masculine energy right now. Possibly, even if one of these is a feminine or both of them are, they may have had to step into the divine masculine energy in order to manage their business, handle those moments, stand up for themselves when nobody was beside them to help them, be their own protector, be the person who handles crap when it goes down. They didn't have a partner beside them, so they handled their business themselves. That's what we're seeing, is somebody with a backbone, and somebody who is, we keep seeing masculine lions. In every card, we've only seen masculine lions. So I feel like both of them are in their strongest masculine energy here, yet that doesn't mean that we aren't dealing with feminines or, one feminine, one masculine. So what's the potential outcome? Because we've got these two talking, and these two, Man, there's some serious fire in this storyline. There's a ton of fire energy here, a ton of it. There's more fire, I think, than almost anything here, right? We have Seven of Wands, Page of Wands, Five of Wands. We've got Sag with the Temperance card. We've got Leo with the Strength card. We've got Aries with the Emperor. We've got the Three of Wands, the Eight of Wands. What else do we have? It's just like everything. And again, Aries with the Tower. There's so much fire. I feel like these two are passionate, powerful individuals. No wonder they have this. Actually, this is such a great card also to show two male lions, right? With that Eight of Discs. Now, granted, this one came out in the reverse, but this is where somebody's saying, you weren't beside me before. I didn't have you to have my back, and I didn't have you as like even a confidant for so long, but I've been handling my business. So these are two very powerful people that are, no wonder it's been hard for them to come together. We have a Queen of Wands, more fire energy, and we have a Ten of Swords. This could be that we're finally putting an end to the complications, to the situations that have been keeping us apart, because this is passion, this is fire. And if you notice, she's holding a little baby, this time a cheetah. We cannot get away from the cats in this. Cats are fiercely independent, right? But also completely, like if you've ever bottle fed a kitten, you know they bond to you, but they're still cats. They're still independent, but you definitely are both their, they own you for sure, but you're also their mama. I feel like we're seeing the components of two very independent, powerful people that have been at a distance for a very long time. They both are super sexy. They're always going to be kind of independent, but I think that we're putting an end to the distance here, right? Because a Queen of Wands, this is a person that we choose to be with. Also, you notice we finally have feminine energy coming in. Ooh, but we have a Four of Wands in the reverse. We have an Eight of Cups in the reverse. And we have a King of Swords in the upright. So we're changing our energy flow between these two. So we have a king and a queen now. So we have changed from these, one's emperor, one is that King of Pentacles. So both people who've been in this really powerful masculine energy, one is shifting into divine feminine energy, still like super powerful divine feminine. The other is shifting into the King of Swords. King of Swords is very logical, very step by step. In this case, this person has so many dreams. He's tattooed and covered with dragons. Dragons represent our dreams. This is somebody who is able to articulate the dreams that they want to see come true. They can manifest them. This person is a warrior. Here's our protector. This is someone, though, who's stepping in to actually, like, really be a partner. We did see that Emperor coming in that could have acted a little bit like I said, I'm coming in to save the day now. But they could have left a former connection, a former marriage, or whatever it was in order to be with this other person. They're now actually not trying to act like they're coming in to save the day, but like they're a partner to this queen. The only thing is, yes, it's a return. And by the way, here's a lion again, right? We have somebody in this case, it's a child, but in a lion's costume. I feel like if we're coming back together, we're not immediately saying that we're going to have this ultimate happiness. That's a tall order. We have to start this thing out like kids. We saw just a little young cat here, in this case a cheetah, and now we see a kid in a lion's outfit. Lions are everywhere in this story, and I think it's all because we're both starting to get to know each other again, all over again. We're not in a power struggle anymore. We're not going to say that we're going to be in this hot and heavy romance or that everything's going to be perfect between us, because maybe we can't. Maybe we'll never make it as a couple, or maybe we're always still going to have some like conflict. If it's family members, if this is non-romantic, we may always still have conflict with the person that we are dealing with, but at least we've changed the dynamics of the relationship. We no longer have to stand in so much power that we roar at each other. We no longer, like, both people are able to say, look, I want to be in your world. That's kind of where we're at. I want to be in your world, and I want to be back in each other's energy flow. Doesn't mean we're going to make it as a couple, not necessarily. It's too soon to tell. We're starting out with kittens and children in tiger or lion costumes. We have to, both of them are like downgrading this intensity. I feel like there's been a lot of ego here. Ego is not bad, you know, ego is we all have to have ego. But in this case, one of the things that this duo had to get through, I think, was like if there hadn't been enough commitment for both people to feel like the other one was invested or that they were protecting or that they had each other's back, that's a really hurtful thing. And that makes people get their hackles up, and that makes people, you know, say, well, I got to do this on my own because I got nobody to look out for me. And I feel like that energy had been there, and that's what we're stepping that down. We're taking it down a notch, and we're still very primal, we're still very powerful, but we're actually changing the dynamics where we could actually have a beautiful harmony now. And I say that mostly because, and this is not to talk about genders, but when you have the masculine and feminine energies, like we saw things shifting into at the end, that's complementary, right? And again, we're not talking gender, we're talking energy flow. If we have two male lions, they're always going to be fighting, right? Out in the wild, two male lions, they have to be territorial, they have to have their amount of turf. But if you have the, you know, in the lion pride, if you have the masculine and the feminine, now the roles are kind of distinguished, and like everybody benefits because they're not vying for the same real estate anymore. They're actually working as a unit for the entire pride. I kind of feel like that's what this is about. Two super powerful people that they had, I think one really felt, and it might have been the divine feminine who had to step into a divine masculine energy because she didn't have somebody to have her back. And it may have been that emperor who was with someone else who didn't show up for her. And they had to end the connection and come into her world entirely to be totally like there for her before there could even be an expectation that maybe we could be together. Because first I need you to show up in my world. And if I don't have to then play the role of an emperor and an empress in my own life, if there is an emperor coming in for me, now I can change my dynamics, you know, when I have that partnership to balance things out. That's what the underlying thread is that I see. So anyway, wow, that was a lot to try to explain. You guys, I don't know why I decided to do this one, but I'm glad I did because I thought it was a really fun one. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for liking this video. If you guys enjoyed this one, I'm so glad you're here. Hi. Monica, I'm glad that there were pieces of it that made sense, and you know, and I hope that things work out. I always hope things work out for everyone's greatest and highest good, whatever that may mean. Maybe it's just food for thought, but you know, as always, I'm not a psychic, so I can't tell you how anybody's life is going to go. These stories are always just fictional, but I hope that there's something that, you know, is a message worthy of hearing. So, 2D Moon, you said you're so tired of being strong. But lots of admiration for everyone out there who is so strong. But I totally understand. I hope everybody has each other. Monica, I love you too, sweetheart. Thanks for being here. Latricia, hi, sweetie. Good to see you. Joe, it is my pleasure. Thank you for stopping by. Dominique, hello to you also. Lucia, I want to say congratulations. I saw the message that you posted in the community board. You just got your business going. Congratulations, honey. I don't know what it is, but I'm so happy for you. That is wonderful. I wanted to make sure that I let you know that I'm so thrilled for you. Anna Boyle, yes. Thank you. My mom is more than fine with sharing her clothes with me, and likewise. So I have some of my clothes at her house and she has some of hers at my house, and we kind of wear each other's stuff, which is really nice. Pimpsy Reincarnate, I'm glad you caught another live. That's awesome. Oh, Kevin, thank you. I'm glad. This is my little fire necklace. I'm glad you like it. Hi, Gabby, big sissy Kate. Thank you very much. I am honored to be your big sissy. That is awesome. Victoria, hello. Kia ora. Very good to see you guys. Hey, Tin Man. LB, oh, I'm glad you like this backdrop. I'm sorry, I couldn't get the crinkles out of it, which really bothered the Virgo in me. So, Ashley S, I do still have to do 2 more after this because I never did Cancerian, and I still haven't done Aries. Those are my last 2 zodiacs to do. So anyway, April, I'm glad you're enjoying the delicious stories. You're awesome. All right, you guys. It turns out Aries is over here telling me that we need to go on a short little walk. So later on tonight, I will still be back on because I've got to put out those 2 other zodiacs. But you guys, thank you for being here. And Monica, I couldn't agree with you more. It is so cool that we all interact with each other. I love that. Oh, sorry, Gabrielle. I'm sorry that you got here a little bit late. Aries, sweetheart, just a minute. All right. Aloha, Empress Grace. Good to see you guys. No, Alani, yes, you're right. Temperance never fails to make things right. That's actually really, really true, right? That balance card is so nice. Hi, baby. Wanna go outside for a minute? Okay, I'm gonna take my little protector out. Do you want to come up? Show your face? He's down here just staring up at me. He just woke up from his little nap. Thank you, Jean, from the Philippines. That's wonderful. All right, you guys, take care. I'm going to go take my baby out for a minute, but to a safe space. Mwah. Bye, everybody. Lots of love.